As spring is the season for spring cleaning, this got me thinking about what about things that we can't see that might also be causing issues in our home. And so the question that I want to look at today is how do we know if our home is healthy? And are there things that we might not be taking into consideration? So I'm a big believer that our environment plays a really big role in our health, and that includes our environment at home. I was doing a little research on this, and according to the EPA, Americans spend 90% of their time indoors. Now, if you're like me and you mostly work from home and you sleep at home, then you're at home a lot. And so the quality of the air that you're breathing can have a pretty big role in your health. So what might make the air in your house unhealthy? So one thing is combustion byproducts like carbon monoxide. So if you have gas heating, gas cooking, there is going to be some amount of carbon monoxide. Also mold, if you have mold in your home. Cleaning supplies, paint, other things that have chemicals in them that release volatile organic compounds, sometimes like furniture can have chemicals that off gas, and then also radon. So a great way, like in the research that I've done, and my personal opinion is that one great way to mitigate this is just with ventilation. As we get into the warmer seasons, it becomes a lot easier to keep windows open, but that might not be enough. So how do we know if the air that we breathe is healthy? So I think there's a few things that practically speaking that people can think about. One is if you have a gas stove, it really is supposed to vent outside, especially with recent research on this. So if you have a gas stove that doesn't vent outside, I think you either want to look at creating a way for it to vent outside, which if you live in a condo building might be difficult, or switch to electric. And I know people love their gas cooking. I encourage you to read the research on it. The other thing is if you live in a house, or maybe a condo on the ground floor, basement level, but if you're like second floor or above, it probably doesn't apply to you. And you've never tested your home for radon, if that wasn't part of your purchase or you're renting, you may want to test for radon. Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer behind smoking, and you would not know that there was radon in your home. It's easily treatable or fixable, but many people don't know. So I think that's also an air quality thing that is worth looking into. Now, if you feel like you want to do more, you can definitely bring in a professional to do air quality testing, and that will give you very concrete information on what the indoor air pollutants are and what the effects might be. There is also at-home testing you can do, which generally just tells you if the levels are elevated or not. Last but not least, if you have natural gas in your home, you should have a carbon monoxide detector. Now, a carbon monoxide detector is not going to tell you every time there's any level of carbon monoxide, just kind of the levels that would be really, really dangerous. It's not the same as an air quality test or air quality monitoring, but it's also still very important to stay healthy. That is part one of is your home healthy and how to keep it healthy? And I'll be coming back for a part two a little bit later.